Watch this video to the end. Let me teach you how to make this beautiful 2-in-1 beaded bag. Hey guys, welcome to another exciting episode of Mimi Dollars collection. So today we'll be making this 2-in-1 beautiful beaded bag. Please do not skip any part of this video because this video is loaded. I'm going to be giving you detailed, step by step on how to make this bag. But before then, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please kindly hit the subscribe button, like and share this video, and please do not forget to turn on your notification bell button. So straight up, let us dive into the video. So we are using plastic beads 10mm, fishing line 0.7mm, and our scissors for cutting. So we are going to start by weaving a mat. Alright, we start with 4 beads, then we move to 3 beads. So in my fishing line, I'm going to insert all my 4 beads. So I'm inserting all my 4 beads into the fishing line. I'll pick up the last bead and I'm going to cross it over, and then I'll pull it. Make sure you are pulling. We are going to continue by adding 1 on the right, 1 on the left, and then we'll cross with the 3rd bead. So I'm adding 1 on the right, 1 on the left, and I'm going to cross with the 3rd bead. So I'll cross with the 3rd bead and pull. So we are going to do that again. 1 on the right, 1 on the left. We'll cross with the 3rd bead. So I'm adding 1 on my right, 1 on my left, and I'm crossing with the 3rd bead. Alright. Then I'll pull. Make sure you are pulling, because these plastic beads can fold. They are very flexible. So we have 3. We are going to be making up to 15 of these. We have 3. We are going to be making 15. So we have 14. On the 15th one, we are going to be adding all our 3 beads on one side of the fishing line. So I'm adding it on my right hand side. So I'm adding my 3 beads. Then I'm going to pick up the 3rd bead and I'm going to cross it over, and then I'll pull it out. I'll pull. So we are done, and now we have 15 lines. We have 15. Now moving on, we are going to start the 2nd line. On my right fishing line, I'm going to add all my 3 beads. Then I'm going to cross with the last bead. I'll pick up the last bead and then I'll cross it over and pull. Please make sure you are pulling. Make sure you are pulling. So my front fishing line is going to go into the next 1 bead in front, like so, into the next 1 bead in front. And on my right fishing line, I'm going to keep adding my 2 beads. So we'll start with 3 beads, we'll continue with 2 beads. Then I'll cross with the 2nd bead and pull. Alright. So my front fishing line, or the left fishing line, I'll insert it into the next 1 bead in front. And on the back fishing line, I'm going to keep adding my 2 beads. I'll add my 2 beads and pull. So I'm taking my time to weave this mat because the entire bag, we are going to be weaving a mat for the entire bag. So please, if you do not know how to weave a mat, make sure you pay attention to this matting method. So I'm going into the next 1 bead in front, and on the back fishing line, I'll keep adding my 2 beads. So I'm going to weave that all the way down, and when I get to the end, I will show you what to do. Alright. So I'm just stretching it to make sure that it's okay. So I'm going into the last bead. Alright. And with that same fishing line I inserted, I'm going to add my 2 beads because we want to turn. I'm adding my 2 beads. I'll pick up the last bead and cross. So we are turning, to begin the 3rd line. So I've turned, and I'm just going to flip this over to my right hand. So just make sure you are pressing it down like this. All right, so I'll flip it over to my right hand, which are most comfortable to weave, and we are going to begin the third line. So we are starting each line with 3 beads. On my right fishing line, I'll add my 3 beads. I'm going to pick up the last bead and cross. We are crossing with the 3rd bead. I'm going to cross it, then I'll pull it, okay? As you pull, make sure you stretch because these beads can fold for Africa. So my front fishing line, I'm going into the next 1 bead in front, and on my back fishing line, I'll keep adding my 2 beads. So when I say we are weaving a mat, please note that this is what we are doing, okay? So my front fishing line will keep going into the next 1 bead in front. All right. And on my back fishing line, or the right fishing line, I'm going to keep adding my 2 beads, and I'll weave all the way down till the end. Is that simple to make? So I'm going into the last bead, and with that same fishing line, I'm going to add my 2 beads, and then we'll cross, and then we'll turn, okay? So I'm going to cross, I'll pick up the 2nd bead, I'll cross it over, and then we are turning. So your fishing line must be on the side bead, okay? So we are going to start the 4th line, which I'm going to be weaving off camera till the end. So start with 3 beads and then you continue with 2 beads. Please make sure you are stretching. So we have 3 lines here. We are going to weave that up to 28 lines, okay? Okay, so guys, this is our mat and we have 28 by 15, okay? So I weave 28 by 15, and now we are going to form the sides of the bag, okay? So where we have 15, we are going to join it like so. We are going to fold it to the other side, and then we are going to form the sides of the bag, okay? So when we want to form the sides of the bag, the length of the bag is going to be 11, all right? Remember, we made the length of the bag 11. We want the sides of the bag to be 11, okay? And then the base of the bag, or the sides of the bag, we want it 6, all right? The sides is going to be 6, like so. So let's close the side of this bag. Let's form the base, the side of the bag, from the base. So count up to 6, okay? And on the 6th bead, you insert your fishing line like so, and into the 7th bead. This is the first bead on the length of the bag, okay? You can call it the 11th bead. So with that same fishing line, the fishing line that is on the side of the bag, that is on the length of the bag, you are going to add 2 beads. You add your 2 beads, and we are going to cross it with the 2nd bead, all right, and pull it. Okay, so I'm going to go into the next 1 bead in front. We are weaving towards the right direction. And on my back fishing line, or the left fishing line, I'm going to keep adding my 2 beads, okay? I'll add my 2 beads and then I'll cross it over. Please, I want you to watch this part carefully because I'm going to be showing you a trick, all right? So keep watching. So we'll go into the next 1 bead in front. We'll just weave that all the way to the end, okay? Just keep watching. So I've been weaving. We have 5 beads here, and the base of the bag is 6. So we are going to go into the 6th bead on this side as well, and into the 7th bead, all right? So we are going into the last bead on the base of the bag, and into the next 1 bead on the height of the bag. So I'm counting to make sure I have my 11 beads. So we are going into the 11th bead, the last bead on the height or the length of the bag. Now our fishing line is in 3 beads. and we are going to close this up with one bead. Okay, I'll add my one bead and cross it over. So we are forming the sides of the bag. All right. So my fishing line, the right fishing line, the fishing line that is away from the bag, we are going to insert it into the next one bead on the height or the length of the bag. And with that same fishing line, we are going to keep adding our two beads, okay, because we are going to be weaving back and forth. So I'm going to add my two beads and I'm going to cross with the second bead, okay? I'll cross with the second bead and I'm going to pull. Please make sure you are pulling because this is a plastic bead bag and it's quite flexible, so you can pull it very well, okay? So my front fishing line, I'm going to go into the next one bead in front. That's the fishing line that is away from the mat, okay? I'm going into the next one bead in front, and the back fishing line, I'll keep adding my two beads and I'm going to weave that all the way down. So the sides of the bag, we are making we need 6 lines of beads, okay, for the sides of the bag. You can make it 7, you can make it 8, whatever measurement you want. So I'm going into the last bead, that is the 6th bead. I'll go into the 6th bead and into the 7th bead, okay? I'll just call it like that. So we are going into the last bead on the base and into the next one bead on the height or the length of the bag, into the next one bead, and then we are going to close this up with one bead. So please, I want you to take note that all the ends of the bag, we are closing it up with one bead, both the right and the left side of the bag. So we are forming the sides of the bag, okay? Sorry, the sides of the bag. It's okay. So my front fishing line, I'm going to go into the next one bead on the height of the bag or the length of the bag. And with that same fishing line, I'll add 2 beads. Please be patient. I'm going to show you something very important, okay? Just be patient and watch. Don't skip. Okay, you might just miss something very important. So I'll cross with the second bead and we are going to weave this all the way to the other side of the bag, okay? So I'll go into the next one bead in front and then I'll keep adding my two beads on the back fishing line, okay? I'll add my 2 beads and I'm going to cross it with the second bead and pull. Please pull, okay? So I'm just going to continue to weave it till I get to the end, all right? So I'm going to weave it all the way down. So I'm going into the last bead, which is the 6th bead, like so. And then I'm going to go into the side bead as well. We are ending again into the side bead as well. Our fishing line is in 3 beads. And then we are going to end this up with one bead. We'll close it with one bead. Okay. And then we are going to continue weaving like this into the side bead. And with that same fishing line, you add your 2 beads, and you are going to weave it all the way to the other side, okay? So I'm going to be weaving this off camera and I'm going to show you something along the way. When your fishing line is short, I'm going to show you how to end your fishing line, okay? So this is it. My fishing line is not all that short. At least it's lengthy. Please do not end it on the sides of the bag. Your fishing line shouldn't go through the sides of the bag. So watch how I'm going to end it, okay? I'm going to weave it back into the body of the bag, into the sides of the bag. And this is how we are going to do it. Please avoid the ends of your bag, okay? Because we are going to be adding another layer to this bag. Remember, it's a 2-in-1 beaded bag, okay? So here is the trick. Our fishing line is in 3 beads as usual. I'm going to add my last one bead where on the side of the bag, okay? And then I'm going to go through this one bead, this bead where the back fishing line is. Can you see that? Now our fishing line is in the middle, and then we are going to weave it back into the sides of the bag. Please do not tie it, because if you tie, you might get stuck if you are using fishing line 0.7. But if you are using 0.6, you can tie it, okay? So I'm just going to weave this all the way into the side of the mat, okay? So this is how you end your fishing line. Please avoid the sides of the bag. I don't want you to get stuck. That is why I'm emphasizing, okay? So I'm done joining both sides of the bag, and this is how beautiful it looks using the same method, the simple method. Right now, we are going to move into stage 2, okay, which is to add the other side of the bag. So I'm going to place my bag like this. We are adding the second bag, okay, on this line. Okay, on this line. So I'm going to show you the line very well so that you know the line. This is the line where we are going to be adding the second bag. That's why I said you shouldn't pass your fishing lines through the side beads, okay? So just watch carefully. I'm going to go into this bead here. You will count your 6 beads, okay? Let's count it. You will count your 6 beads. Remember, the sides of the bag is made up of 6 beads, 6 lines of beads. Now, after the 6 beads, you go through this bead that is facing downward. This is going to form the sides of your bag, okay? Can you see that? Then we are going to weave a mat throughout the sides of this bag. We are forming the second bag, okay? So I'm adding my 3 beads and I'm crossing with the second bead. We are still doing the same matting method. So throughout this bag, we are matting, all right? So I'm going to go into the next 1 bead. Please make sure you follow the line straight. So I want to show you something. When you are doing this stage, you need something to help you pull out your fishing line. I just wanted you to see how I'm struggling with this because I do not have my gadgets with me. So make sure you get something that will help you to pull out your fishing line, because this first line is going to trouble you a bit, okay? So please take notes, get your gadgets around, okay? So I'm going to keep adding my 2 beads and I'll follow that line straight up right to the bottom, okay? So when I get to the bottom, we are going to turn and we'll continue to weave on. So we are almost at the end. I have 10 beads here and the length of the bag is 11. So we are going into the 11th bead, like so, and then we are going to add our 2 beads on the back fishing line, the same matting method, and then I'll cross with the second bead and pull, okay? Now we are done with this side. Okay, we have 11 on this side, and then we are going to weave on the side where we have our 15. So my front fishing line, we are going to weave all the way like this. So my front fishing line is going to go into the next 1 bead on the width of the bag. We are going through the width of the bag, and then we are still going to keep adding our 2 beads, okay? And then we are going to follow that straight line down to the other side. Make sure you count up to 6 beads. After the 6th bead, you follow that line straight up, okay? So this is what we are going to be doing, which I will be weaving off camera. So this is the line. Okay, so this is what I've been up to. You keep adding your 2 beads. You only start with 3 beads from the beginning. You add your 2 beads till you get to the end. So we are at the end. I'm going to go into the last bead, and with that same fishing line, I'm going to add my 2 beads because we want to turn, okay? So I'll add my 2 beads, I'll cross with the second bead, and we have 10. So we are going to weave this one again. We are going to weave this 6 times. Remember, the sides of the bag is made up of 6 lines of beads. So we are going to be weaving this 6 times. When I'm done, I will show you what to do, okay? So guys, I'm done and I have been weaving 6 times, okay? Can you see that? So if you count from top to bottom, you have 12 lines of beads, okay? And this is it. I'm going to go into the last bead. Then I'll add my last 2 beads, and we are going to do the same trick with that front fishing line. I'm going to insert it into where the back fishing line is, into that same bead, and I'll pull it down. All right, then I'm going to weave in my leftover fishing line back into the body of the bag. Remember, we are avoiding the side beads because we are still going to weave on the sides, okay? So this is it. This is our second bag. We are almost done, and we are going to close this side. So we have 6 on the left and 6 on the right, or 6 on the front and 6 on the back, okay? So we are going to close this side to complete our second bag. So get a new fishing line and go into these 2 last beads, okay? Remember what we did at the side. You go into the length and into the width, okay? The same thing we did when we were forming the sides of the bag. And you can weave on either direction. Either you go through the length or the width, okay? So on this fishing line, on my left fishing line, I'll add up my 2 beads. And I'm going to pick up the last bead and cross. So for me, I'm going to be weaving towards the length of the bag, okay? You can weave either on the length or the width is okay. I'll pull. My front fishing line is going to go into the next 1 bead in front towards the side of the length or the height of the bag, into the next 1 bead in front. And on my back fishing line, I'm going to keep adding my 2 beads, okay? So we are weaving a mat. So I'm going to go through 1 bead, and I'll be adding my 2 beads on the back fishing line. So I'm going to weave that till the end, and then we'll turn. So I'm at the end. I'm going to add my 2 last beads, okay? Can you see this side is going to be flattened downward, all right? Because we are forming a coverage. So I'll pick up my 2 last bead, insert it on the front fishing line, and then I will cross and turn. All right, so we are turning, and this is how it is. Can you see that? We are closing up this side. We are going to weave all the way down till the end, okay? So just weave a mat, start with 3 beads and continue with 2 beads. So I'm at the end. I'm going to go into the last bead on the length of the bag and into the second bead on the base of the bag, okay? Our fishing line is in 3 beads, and then we are going to cross with 1 bead. We are forming a ring of 4, so we'll cross with 1 bead, and we are going to complete the second line. Moving on to the third line, our back fishing line is going to go into the next 1 bead on the base of the bag, and with that same fishing line, we are going to add our 2 beads, okay? So when we add our 2 beads, we are going to weave all the way back and forth using the same method, okay, the same matching method. And I'm going to be doing that off camera, all right? So as you can see, everything is forming now smoothly, all right? So I'm just going to show you the finished work, weaving using the same method. So I'm done covering the other side of the bag, and you can see the clear demarcation in the middle. We have 6 on the left, 6 on the right. So you can see the bag has volume, okay? The bag has volume, and this is it. So we are going to add an extension to the middle line where we have the demarcation, okay? We want to extend it because that's where we are going to be putting our covers. So we are starting with 3 beads. We are weaving a mat again. So we are starting with 3 beads, and then we are going to continue with 2 beads. We are adding just 1 line on this middle line, okay? We are going to beat through just one time. We want to raise it up so that we can add our covers to the bag. Okay, so I will just weave that off camera. Same matting method, continue with two beats till the end. All right, so I've added the extension. Can you see? I've added the extension one time. All right, so this is it. Now moving on, we are going to shape the sides of the bag. Please pay attention. We are going to shape the sides of the bag, okay? So you count your 6. Leave out the last beads on the right and on the left, okay? So we are leaving out the 2 last beads. We'll start from this bead. All right, I'll explain further. Okay, so my fishing line is going into this bead. And on the top fishing line, the fishing line that is at the top, all right, we added 1 bead. With that same fishing line, we'll go through this bead on this side. Just keep watching into this bead. Now if you watch, we have 4 beads in the middle. Okay, so you leave out the 2 beads at the ends. So I'm going to pick up 1 bead and I'll cross it over. All right, so I'll pick up 1 bead and I'll cross it over like so. So we are going to go through the next 1 bead downward. All right, we are only going to use 3 beads to shape the sides of the bag. All right, I'm going into the next 1 bead on the left side and the same on the right side. Okay, into the next 1 bead downward on that straight line. Okay, then I'll press it inside. I'll just shape them and pull. All right, then I'll pick up the last bead and I'm going to cross it over. And this is how we are going to shape this bag. So I'm going to cross, and my leftover fishing line, I'm going to weave it back into this area and into the body of the bag. We'll do same for the left side. All right, so if you watch carefully, we have 4 beads in the middle. Therefore we folded 4 beads and then we weaved beside the 4 beads. Okay, so you are going to count 4 beads like this. 4. Okay, you are leaving out the last beads. Don't touch the last beads. Leave out the last beads. Make sure you have 4 in the middle. All right, and then we'll go through this bead here, this bead downward after the first bead. Okay, on the top fishing line, we are going to add 1 bead, and with that same fishing line, we are going to go into this bead downward after the 4 beads. Okay, make sure it's 4. We are going into this bead downward. Please make sure you do not skip any part of this video. Okay, so I'm going to pick up 1 bead and I'm going to cross it over. I'm going to cross it over. I'm going to go into that same line into the next 1 bead downward. So don't worry, you can open it so that you can easily bead through. Okay, you can pass your fishing lines through. Then after you pull. So I'm going into the next bead on the other side. And then we are going to pick up the last bead and cross. Okay, so I'll just shape it. You pull it in, you push it inside and then you shape it like this. The last bead, I'm going to cross and then I'll pull. Please, I wouldn't advise you to tie. Okay, just pull it. Make sure your fishing line is lengthy enough. Then you weave in your leftover fishing line. If you are a beginner, you can use 0.6 fishing line so that you do not get stuck. So I'm done shaping and I've done same for the other side as well. All right, so I'm done shaping the sides of the bag and this is how cute it looks. Okay, so right now we are going to put the cover of the bag. All right, so we have it here 15 by 13. Okay, you can make it whatever length you want. We made it 15 in the sense that the width of our bag is 15. So we want everything to align together, okay? So we are going to join the cover of the bag to the bag, all right? So guys, make sure the side that is 15 is the side you are using. So get a fresh fishing line and insert it into the first one bead, and on the back fishing line add one bead. All right, I'm using my leftover fishing line, and with that same fishing line go through the first bead on that extension. All right, we are adding the cover on the extension, on the back extension in the middle, and then you pick up one bead and cross it over. Okay, we are going to cross, and then you will pull. All right, so please take note that we are going to join both the covers of the bag on this same extension. All right, both sides, we are going to join it on this same extension. Please take note, okay, and keep watching. All right, so I'm going to continue to join it. My right fishing line will go into the next one bead on my right, like so, and my left fishing line will go into the next one bead on my left, and then I'm going to pick up one bead and cross it over. So guys, I said you should keep watching because I made an error on this side. I skipped one bead, so I'm going to do it the other side together with you. All right, so I skipped one bead on this side. I'm just showing you how to join this side. As you can see from the beginning, I skipped one bead. Please do not make this error, okay? I don't just want to show you the fine work without showing you the little errors you can make. So your left fishing line will go into the next one bead on your left. The right fishing line will go into the next one bead on the right. And then you pick up one bead and you are going to cross it over. So I only realized this when I was almost at the end, then I had to take it down and then redo it again. But this is the process of joining the cover of your bag, okay? So we are going to do the other side together again, all right? So guys, if you have been watching up to this stage, please kindly hit the subscribe button. So I took it down and I corrected it, and this is how it's looking, all right? So let's do the other side together. So please make sure you mark where the demarcation is, because we are going to be joining the other side on that same line. All right, so I'm just making sure everything aligns together. So I'll pick up the other side of the mat and I'm going to join it on that same extension with a new fishing line. I'm going into the first bead on the bag. I'll add one bead on the back fishing line, and with that same fishing line, I'm going to go into the first one bead on the cover of the bag, like so. So we've added one bead before inserting it on the other side of the bag, like so. I'll pick up one bead and I'm going to cross it over. Sorry about that, guys. I'll cross it over and pull. Please make sure you are pulling, okay? So my left fishing line or the right fishing line will go through the next one bead on this side. So guys, look at the struggle is real. So you need your gadget, something to help you pull out your fishing lines. All right. So I'm going to insert my fishing line into the next one bead on the cover of the bag. I'm going to insert the left side as well into the next one bead, like so. Then I'll pick up one bead and cross. Okay. Please get something to help you pull out your fishing lines, because you are really going to get stuck since we are going through the same beads 2 times. So I'll pull it out, and then I'm going to keep up with this till the end, and our back cover will be done. All right. As you can see, this is how we are going to join it. I'm done joining it, and this is how it looks. This bag is so beautiful, it's so cute. Okay, so we are going to add the back handle. All right, see how cute it looks. This is how the cover looks. This is it. So you flip it like this, and we are going to add a magnetic lock to it. Okay, this is the other side as well. So we are going to form the back handle. All right. So guys, let's form the back handle. So with the back handle, I weave the mat 18 times by 4. Okay. 18, the length is 18, the width is 4. This is not your regular back handle. So we are going to fold it up like this, okay, because we want to close the middle. We want to join the middle. So about the 2 last beads, okay, we'll start from the 3rd bead. So please make sure you leave out the 2 last beads on both sides. So I'm inserting my fishing line into the 3rd bead, and on the back fishing line, I'll add 1 bead. With that same fishing line, I'm going through the 3rd bead on the other side. Please leave out the last 2 beads. This is not the regular back handle. Pick up 1 bead and then cross it over. All right. My right fishing line is going to go into the next 1 bead on the right side of the back handle, as well as the left. Okay, my left fishing line is going to go into the next 1 bead on the left side. I'm going to pick up 1 bead and I'm going to cross it over. I'm going to do that 1 more time, and then I'll be doing the rest off camera. All right. So just pick up 1 bead and then I'm going to cross it over. So it's this same method we are going to use to join the back handle to the bag. All right. So I'll weave that till the end. I just have my leftover fishing line there, which I'm going to be using. Okay. So please do not mind my leftover fishing line. Make sure you leave out 2 beads on the other side as well. Okay. So this is it. We have 4 beads left. Okay. And the back handle is so round. So right now we are going to join it to the back. So please watch carefully. In the middle, we have 2 beads in the middle. Okay. So we are going to go into 1 bead on the back side of the cover and into 1 bead on the left side of the cover. So we are going through these 4 beads. Okay, just watch. We are going through these 4 beads here. Into 1 bead on the back, 1 on the front, and the 2 in the middle. Please, we are going to be using only the 4 beads. These beads at the end to join the back handle. Okay. So please watch. With a fresh fishing line, I'm going through the first bead on this side of the back handle. And on the right side, I'll add 1 bead. I'm adding 1 bead. With that same fishing line, I'm going to go through the last bead on the back cover. Okay, then I'll pick up 1 bead. I'm going to cross it over. I'm going to cross and pull. The same thing we did for the back handle. Okay. So I'm going to insert my left fishing line into the next 1 bead on the back cover, and my right fishing line into the next 1 bead on the back handle. Then I'll pick up the next 1 bead and I'm going to cross it over. Please make sure you are pulling, okay? Please pull. So my left fishing line into the next one bead on the back, on the body of the bag or the back cover, and the other fishing line into the next one bead on the back handle. I'm going to pick up one bead and I'm going to cross it over. Okay. Please make sure you do not skip any part of this video because I'm going to be telling you something beautiful when we are done with this part, okay? So I'm going into the next one bead on the cover of the bag and into the last bead on the back handle. That is the fourth bead. I'm going to pick up the last bead. I'll cross it over. And then I'm going to weave back all of this fishing line. Please get a lengthy fishing line, okay? I'm going to weave it back into the bag handle and I'm going to connect it to the body of the bag. So I'll weave this fishing line back into the body of the bag, okay? To make it very firm. And please make sure you are pulling, okay? Pull to make it firm because these rubber beads, they are flexible. All right, so I'm going to do same for the other side, which I'll be doing it off camera with the same method. All right, so this is it. I'm going to be doing this side as well with this my leftover fishing line. I'm going to join the other side off camera using the same method. All right, please weave in all your fishing lines. So I'm done, guys, and this is how cute the bag looks. This bag is so fine. The bag is fine. Okay, so we are using 5 beads. We use 5 beads to join the back handle. That is why I say you shouldn't skip any part of this video. All right, so we use 5 beads to close the back handle. So guys, we are done and this is our beautiful bag. The bag is round, spacious, elegant, cute, just to name a few. So guys, please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. Please do like and share this video to encourage your girl. Until I see you in my next video, it's bye.